you know there's 171,000 words in the dictionary? And there's like 47,000 words that are considered obsolete that are still in the dictionary? That's a bunch. I say let's get rid of a few of them. Joe here. Thanks for visiting Road Trip Joe, and thank you for watching. All right, dictionary, over 200,000 words. 50,000 of them almost are obsolete. Nobody even uses anymore. So why do they keep them? A normal person like me, you know, I know 20, 25,000 words, maybe a few more, but I think 20, 25,000 words, that's probably enough to be able to communicate with somebody. But you know, over 200,000 words, that's overkill. For full disclosure, I have some friends who basically grew up reading the dictionary. I mean, they had a really big one in their house, and I know they did because I've seen it, and their parents encouraged, or more likely forced them to learn a new word every day. Actually, it was probably more than one word a day. So these guys have huge vocabularies, and they regularly throw out some word I've never heard of before. At first I thought they were just kind of showing off, but I've come to the conclusion that no, this is part of their vocabulary. For me, it's just a showstopper because I have to interrupt them, ask them the meaning of the word, and ask them to use it in a sentence that makes sense to me. Didn't take long to realize that they not only know the word, they know it backwards and forwards. I don't even ask them to spell it anymore because that's not a problem. Let's face it, there's lots of obsolete words out there, and these guys use them. I say let's cut a few and make communication a little easier, right? I mean, wars were started over words, you know, and if you don't know the meaning of them, well, that's a problem. So, what words would I like to see go away, you ask? Let's start out with some easy ones, okay? Here's one. Scurry-fungy. How's that? It means the hasty tidying of your house before your neighbor comes knocking on the door. We all do it, of course, but we just don't call it scurry-fungy. All right, here's one for you. Man, he sure has the woofits today. Woofits? Good grief. It's the unpleasant after effects of overindulging in something, like alcohol. We call it a hangover these days. Here's a few more that need to go, in my opinion. Condiddle. That means to secretly steal. All right, have you ever been shnicked before? Well, if you were paralyzed from being cold, you were. Man, I was so shnicked. Shnicked, what a word. Yeah, there's a reason we don't hear it anymore. All right, now here's one we should maybe bring back from the dead. Purfled. P-U-R-F-L-E-D. It means to be short-winded, especially after being too lusty. Okay, here's another one that might need to come back. Man, I'm getting so batten. That's B-A-T-T-E-N. And that means to fatten up. All right, let's see if you can guess this one, right? That's a great callipygian, don't you think? Okay, we don't call it that. And that word needs to go away. I'll let you figure that one out. Do you know what they used to call buzz? It was called nizzle. N-I-Z-Z-L-E. So let's get nizzle. Man, you are jangling my time. That's right, wasting my time by gossiping. Panchard, right? You ever heard of it? Panchard. Nope, haven't heard of it either. It means rage, as in I'm in a panchard. All right, here's one. I kind of like this word. Puckfest. P-U-C-K-F-Y-S-T. It means thirsty, as in I am so puckfest. Wag pasty. Okay, you use that when you're calling somebody a scoundrel or a rascal. He sure is a wag pasty. Now, it just doesn't have any bite, does it? I think scoundrel's better. Why do they still carry these words in the dictionary if nobody uses them anymore? Yeah, I bet wag pasty was real big in what? The 1780s? Okay, this one you might be able to guess the meaning of. Crapulence. Crapulence, that's right. That's intestinal distress. And it's usually from debauchery, okay? Debauchery. I like that word. Okay, you know what they used to call a honeymoon? It was a flitterwochen. That sounds so romantic. Where are you going on your flitterwochen? Okay, have you had your numbles today? It's animal intestines and other internal organs that people ate in a dish called the garbage pie. All right, let's move on from that one. Okay, a word from the 17th century that's still in the big book. Gorgonize. I was gorgonized by his charisma as he spoke to me. Here's one that definitely needs to stay in the dictionary, right? Pussy van. Pussy van. That is in the dictionary. If you don't believe me, look it up. Now, when I first saw this word, I'm going, oh my God, this is perfect. I mean, that's what Trump was writing in the Access Hollywood tape. Pussy van means flurry or temper. All right? Flurry or temper. Oh, brother. We'll keep the word. Let's just change the meaning. All right? Here's one that Trump probably does know and uses every day. It's wonder wench. That's right. Wonder wench. It's in the dictionary. It means sweetheart. Now, you know I love donkeys, so I got to throw a donkey one in. There's one that's called donkey engine. Yes, that's actually in the dictionary. It means a small auxiliary engine on a ship. Perfect. Donkey engine. Cakerhaphenophobia. Cakerhaphophobia. Cakerhaphiophobia. You try to pronounce it, okay? Cakerhaphenophobia. All right, you know what a phobia is, right? It's this one is the fear of failure. Now, this one I thought was a Martian nudist colony when I first read it. It's nudisterian. 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 The meaning in the dictionary, it's the day before yesterday. Okay, so there's today, there's tomorrow, there's yesterday, and there's nudisterian. So they had a word for the day before yesterday. Do they have a word for the day after tomorrow? All right, here's one. I love this word. Ratoon. Okay? Ratoon. R-A-T-O-O-N. You know, if you think about it, like I did, because before I looked up the meaning, I'd look at the word. I was trying to figure out what it might mean. It's like, well, that's what you get when a rat and a raccoon get together, right? A ratoon. And actually, my dictionary friends probably know this one. It's a small shoot growing from the root of a plant. Do you know what they used to call a hypochondriac? They were called valetudinarians. Valetudinarians. Oh boy, we'll stick with hypochondriac. If you play cards and if you ever draw a hand that has no card above 9, then you have a Yarborough in your hand. You have a Yarborough. Back in the day, a person that never laughed was called agelast. 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 Right. These days we call them RBF, right? That means resting bitchy face. Now, obviously, we were bestowed all of these worthless words by the English. I mean, it is their language to begin with, right? But we did pick up a few from some other languages out there, like German. And there's one word in particular that really hits the mark these days. You know, they're saying this word is like obsolete, but I want to say that I read an article where they actually use this word. It's snollygoster. Snollygoster, right? It's a politician with no principles or scruples or morals that will say or do anything to get elected. Sound familiar? When I researched the word, because I was trying to find what article I read that had somebody use this, and I found out that President Truman, remember President Truman? Well, some of you do. He actually used this word, and he used it to describe Republicans. I'll bet you my dictionary family actually knows that word. I bet they do. That's all I got.
Call me the joker, call me the fool. When she calls, I always seem to lose my cool. Baby, I'm just a moth to your flame. And don't you know that?
Ode to the Yarborough. My donkey engine is so quiet, it seems just like Nudisterian since I got it. I call it my wonder winch when we are together because it has such a fine callipygian. And age last or valedutarian, it is not. It reminds me of her tunes and can be so gorgonizing. But my neighbor, the pussy van, just jangling away, he eats nothing but numbles and has crapulence all day. He is but a wag pasty and batten for sure, and does not remember his flitterwoken, and condidles no more. So I'll get quite nizzled and perflid sometimes, which helps with my cacorophobia and puckfist in my mind. Oh donkey engine, keep my panchard away. May I never have woofits or schnicked while you are here. We shall scurry fungi as one when our company draws near, and keep the snallygasters away as we float in the bay. The end. Happy New Year, everybody. That's all I got.